Installed and standing up well. Road walking forward, goes in, all in, set. They're off, they race away. A mile is the trip, all away okay. Good start in the centre by Andante, also away well. Grand Duchy Raoud is also racing prominently with Illustrious Forest. Sandpiper's Dream just behind the pace, and Ventura Sands rushed up towards the inside. It's Andante who shows the way in the pink with the blue stars and white sleeves. Red and white Ventura Sands towards the inside, then the blue jacket of Raoud who steers wide. Tucked in behind them in the noseband, blue jacket, white cap is Grand Duchy, and then the spotted jacket of Sandpiper's Dream, the black cap of Illustrious Forest, and wider out Bodie in the pale blue with the pink cap. Tucked in behind those is Colour Vision, followed by Modulika. Smart Violetta is outpaced towards the rear of the field, and one of Twins is badly outpaced at the rear. So they take the turn, heading back towards the home straight. They're inside the final half mile or so, and Andante on the outside has a narrow lead to Ventura Sands, who races in second. Road and Grand Duchy are both slipstreaming the front two. Bodie is next in the field from Illustrious Forest, and then Colour Vision. Sandpiper's Dream follows them in from Modulika. Down the straight they come inside the three. Andante in front by a neck. Ventura Sands towards the inside. Raoud travelling well for Frankie Dettori, three deep. Grand Duchy is next in the field, then Illustrious Forest. Colour Vision trying to stay on down the centre. Down towards the final two they go. Raoud is cantering on the outside, just about hits the front to Andante. Colour Vision is coming out of the pack with a red cap. Favourites beaten here. They're going down towards the final furlong. Raoud shaken up in front now, tackled by Colour Vision towards the near side. Grand Duchy is next in the field. Inside the final half furlong they go. Raoud working hard, but Colour Vision's laying down a strong challenge on the outside. They go towards the line. Colour Vision has nailed him. Raoud was second, Grand Duchy was third, and fourth was Modulika.
Colour Vision has improved on his first run at Newmarket when he was very green, still green today, and this son of Rainbow Quest has got up in the end to defeat Raoud on his debut for Godolphin, Saïd Bin Suroor and Frankie Dettori. The favourite Ventura Sands has proved disappointing, but in fairness, Dave, when you were watching...
Colour Vision, it's his first start for Saïd Bin Suroor. He hasn't been running at the Carnival at all. There seemed to... either there's been a problem or they've decided to keep him for a British season. He's 5-1. Themar is 5-2, just eased a little bit. Red Cadeau 3-1 now from 7-2. Barbican 100-30. Colour Vision 5. Solar Sky 9s, and Electrolyze the outsider at 12s.
Basically, the market seems to suggest that most people feel Solar Sky and Electrolyzer's form isn't quite good enough for that Nottingham race, which is probably a fair conclusion. And then you've got a question of Themar and Barbican, who are Themar's in good form. Barbican's proven under the conditions, versus the other two, Red Cadeau and Colour Vision, who are both making their seasonal returns, and the question of whether the fitness will compromise their chances. But I think if this was priced just on ability or what's been achieved, then you'd find it hard not to stick Red Cadeau and Colour Vision slightly higher up the market.
Definitely.
So it is a question of whether or not their chances are going to compromise by lack of fitness on the day, which is entirely plausible, but not something you would immediately associate, particularly with the Saïd Bin Suroor yard.
No, that's true. That is true.
Although your point as to when he joined, and hence whether a Dubai Gold Cup tilt was anticipated when he moved
and has
stables,
something happened, yes.
Is again something that I'm not aware of.
Remember that Electrolyzer and Red Cadeau are conceding £3 to the rest of the field. They're carrying 9-1, and the other four have got 8-12. But this should be a very interesting edition of the Sagaro Stakes.
Interesting to see whether Electrolyzer does get taken onto the lead by Themar, or whether Paul Hannigan is happy enough to, because how those two rate each other, whether they race each other, is going to be a key component as to how much of a test of stamina it turns out to be.
Red Cadeau going forward, shortly to be followed by Colour Vision, and then we will have one more to load, and I think Colour Vision should be going in straightforwardly. Yes, one more to load. Let's go and join Jim.
And Themar, the favourite, will be the last to be loaded over at the 2 mile start. Stand by for a start. They're locked away. They're set. That's it. They're off. Here is Blue Square Levy Board Sagaro Stakes over 2 miles, and on settling down near the inside, Electrolyzer, one of the first away. In the centre, Solar Sky is going pretty fast, but Themar moves into second, effortlessly on the outside, tucked in behind them, Barbican in the early stages. They're followed then by Red Cadeau, who settles about fifth on the inside rail for Ryan Moore. So round the first corner, and 4 or 5 lengths Colour Vision. Swinging down towards the entrance of the home straight on on the first occasion, and Electrolyzer shows the way by a length and a half. To in second on the inside, Thimar. A neck away on the outer then is Solar Sky in the pink jacket, just going a little wide into the home straight, probably anxious to get a bit closer, followed then by Barbican, and further back then Red Cato, and 3 lengths to Colour Vision. Up the home straight the first time, a mile and a half left to travel, pace is good, and Electrolyzer, the grey, shows the way. From up on the outside, Solar Sky and the pink jacket. Tucking in behind them into third now, the favourite Thimar and the blue and white striped cap. Then a length away is Red Cato, striding nicely in fourth, and the light blue and red. Half a length to Barbican, and 2 lengths away then Colour Vision. And the pace is excellent as they go to the judge with a circuit remaining. So Electrolyzer out in front, bidding to make every yard. Leads by a length. To in second, Solar Sky. 2 lengths away then Thimar. A last start course and distance winner. 3 parts away then the Melbourne Cup runner-up, Red Cato, who's nicely poised in fourth. Half a length further back then is Barbican, and still Colour Vision. Biding his time at the rear of the field. Colour Vision third in the Kipco Long Distance Cup last season, showing a lot of promise there. And at the moment, 7 lengths off the pace. So swing into the back now with a little over 7 furlongs to travel. Electrolyzer shows the way, and the orange jacket by 2 lengths. The Solar Sky up on the outside in the pink. Half a length away then is Thimar with the run of the race. A length and a half further back then is Red Cato on the outside. They're followed then by Barbican, and Colour Vision still at the tail of the field, but only about 5-6 lengths covers them as they're back where they started now. And on the inside, Electrolyzer, who's done a good job out in front, dictating terms by half a length. To in second, Solar Sky on the outside. Thimar sitting poised in behind them. Hannigan just niggling a little. Half a length then to Red Cato on the outside. A length further back is Barbican, and then Colour Vision, who's just easing to the outside as they sweep down towards the entrance to the home straight in the Sagaro Stakes. And on the inside, it's Electrolyzer, but here's Thimar. He got out now, and he's racing up on the outside to throw out a challenge as they pass the 3. Further back then is Solar Sky, who can't go on. Then Red Cato to the outside, now winding up for a run. Colour Vision tracking him, and further back is Barbican in the home straight. 2 furlongs left to go in the Sagaro, and Thimar strikes the lead, but claimed immediately by the Melbourne Cup runner-up, Red Cato. Now Colour Vision switch to the insiders, going home like a train. A furlong left to go. Colour Vision the far side. The near side is Red Cato, but Colour Vision lengthening well for Frankie Dettori. He's come from last, and he's put up a magnificent staying performance. Colour Vision goes on to win it well, full of promise. Wins by a length and a half, Red Cato. In third then Thimar. A gap then to Barbican, followed by Electrolyzer, and last to finish is Solar Sky.
Well, class rises at the top there, and Colour Vision has put up a very impressive performance for Frankie Dettori inside Bin Saror to win the Sagaro Stakes. Red Cato has run really well in second as well for Ryan Moore and Ed Dunlop. The two of them have come a long...
Colour Vision. Last one going forward now. They're set for the Gold Cup. Ready?
Lights up!
Racing in the Gold Cup of 2012, and on the inside, Opinion Poll is one of the first away. Up there too in the early stages, Fame and Glory. Then a little bit wider out is Colour Vision, and then Gulf of Naples, who's widest of all. The 2 greys on the outside of the field. Just dropping in behind them is Sadler's Rock, inclined to pull early, and that yellow jacket settles third on the rail for Johnny Murtagh. Further back in the field then in the centre is Naham. They're followed then out the back by Caucus, who's giving them a fair start with Bridge of Gold, and at the tail is Ascot Gold. So they've gone through the first furlong and a half, and going to the front is Gulf of Naples for Sylvester de Souza, up the straight the first time, and they're dawdling in these testing conditions today. Leads by 2.5 lengths or so to Colour Vision in second. A similar distance away in third then is Sadler's Rock. Half a length away then Naham the outside. Settling in 5th position on the inner is Fame and Glory, last year's winner. Then on his outside, Opinion Poll, followed then by Bridge of Gold, who's tucked away behind them. Caucus is on the outside of runners, and Ascot Gold at the reel. They're going very, very slow here as they've got 2 miles left to travel, and dawdling along here in front is Gulf of Naples. Leads by a length and a half. To in second, Colour Vision on the inside of Naham, and then in 4th position position is Sadler's Rock, who won't settle. He's pulling for his head there on the inside of Caucus in the pink jacket. They're a length and a half in advance of Opinion Poll, followed by Fame and Glory. Then 2 lengths further back, Ascot Town. At the tail of the field is Bridge of Gold, and 10 lengths covers the field as they've got a circuit remaining. And the leader is Gulf of Naples, has been out there for a fair way now, leads by 2 lengths, and I'd say those back in the ruck would be wanting him to stride on here. Leads by 2 lengths Naham, a half length away on the inside, Colour Vision, followed further back in the field then by Caucus in the pink jacket, who's moved up on the outside of Sadler's Rock. They're a length in advance then of Opinion Poll with a white cap, then Fame and Glory on the inside, just inclined to take a bit of a tug in the first half mile of the race. They're 2 lengths to Ascot Town, and stood out the back is Bridge of Gold. As they're starting to stride downhill, they leave the mile and a half behind them in the Gold Cup. And the leader here is Gulf of Naples by a length. And Naham on the outside, a length away. Then on the inner is Colour Vision in the box seat for Dettori. 3 parts away, Caucus the outside, half a length further back then is Sadler's Rock. A length then to Opinion Poll the outside. Fame and Glory still third last from Ascot Town, and Bridge of Gold is out the back, as all the time they're running downhill as they leave the mile behind them and they head to Swinley Bottom. And the leader still is Gulf of Naples. Gulf of Naples out in front. From on the outside, Naham. In third then is Colour Vision tucked away. In fourth is Caucus with a pink cap on the outside. Sadler's Rock is striding out a bit better now. He's appreciating the increase in tempo, followed then by Opinion Poll. Fame and Glory is back in the field. They're followed then by Ascot Town, and still at the tail of the field is the rank outsider, Bridge of Gold. They come out of Swinley Bottom and start this very stiff uphill climb towards home in the Gold Cup, and it's Gulf of Naples. Sylvester de Souza on the inside, just the leader from Naham. Paul Hannigan, the champion jockey, on the outer. 2 lengths away then is the Ascot specialist Frankie Dettori on Colour Vision. They're followed then by Sadler's Rock on the inside of further back in the field then Caucus. They're followed then by Fame and Glory with about 8 lengths to make up from then, just starting to improve slightly from Opinion Poll, and then Bridge of Gold, Ascot Town coming up towards the half-mile marker now in the Gold Cup. And on the inside it's Gulf of Naples being tackled in earnest by Naham. Then in third is Colour Vision, followed by Sadler's Rock and Caucus, and behind them Fame and Glory, still 6 lengths off the pace, followed then by Opinion Poll. They're clear of Bridge of Gold, and out the back is Ascot Town on the turn for home in the Gold Cup now. And Gulf of Naples on the inside being tackled by Naham. Now Colour Vision getting into the clear, 2 or 3 lengths away then is Sadler's Rock. Fame and Glory now taken to the outside, starting to run on fairly well. 2 furlongs left to go, and on the far side it's Gulf of Naples. Naham in the centre, Colour Vision now coming there for Dettori. They're 2 lengths to Opinion Poll, running on well. Then Sadler's Rock, Fame and Glory's running behind. A half furlong left to go in the Gold Cup, and it's Opinion Poll now pouncing with Colour Vision. The 2 Godolphin runners fighting it out, and on the inside Colour Vision is just doing the best, and Colour Vision has got up to win for Dettori. He's got up to win it from Opinion Poll. Sadler's Rock finished fast down the outside. Then in fourth then is Gulf of Naples from Ascot Town and Naham, and further back in the field Caucus. Fame and Glory just couldn't make it back to backs. He's finished a long way from them, and at long last is Bridge of Gold. Frankie Dettori, the Ascot specialist, the hero of Ascot, has won the Gold Cup. What a boost for his stocks. It's very, very tight for second. Opinion Poll and Sadler's Rock, who finished with a real flourish on the outside for Johnny Murtagh. But Frankie Dettori, who's been fighting so hard to consolidate his position as #1 at Godolphin, and he has ridden an inspired race to win the Gold Cup on Colour Vision. Let's have a look now, see if we can spot the interference here. It's Colour Vision now just starting to come out there and just giving Opinion Poll 2 bumps there. Now, just how crucial was that? Has that affected the result? That's what you're saying to yourself. And the distance, the winning distance, is a half length. There's 2 bumps there that you can see. The stewards will be looking at this, and we'll be going into the room and hearing what they say as well. See, there's Frankie. He's coming out there, and they twice you could see there, and just knocked Opinion Pole off balance. There's no doubt about that. His first bump certainly did knock him off balance. Let's have another look. Dettori's got the whip in the correct hand there. He changes it to the right. Now look what happens. All of a sudden, Colour Vision veers over left and knocks into Opinion Pole and does it again. So there's two very, very conspicuous bumps there. And it's the thing in Dettori's favour, though, is that the distance is a half length. If it had been a nose or a short head, it might be very, very, very awkward all round.